truth and the absolute laws of nature, for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power. Salute, salute. What's going on? Not going to be on long. I'll tell you that. Not going to be on long. And I might not even, excuse me, might not even have too many people up in the spot with me because I didn't see, oh, they just sent the notification out. You know, I'm not going to be on long. I just have to get some things off my chest today. Salute, salute. What's going on, Keish, Keish? Keish, 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 Keish. Mr. Mac. Huh? Gustav. What up? Rick, salute, salute, salute. What's good? What's good? As y'all come in, let the tribe know we in here. As you come in, hey, Tish. Kim Williams, salute, salute. As you come in, hit that like and definitely hit the green screen. Moderators, put that green screen up in there. Nicole G, what's good? What's good? You watching my video? Don't worry about it. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate. Merk Low, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, y'all was in here rocking strong. That's right. Y'all was in here rocking strong, and I love it and appreciate it. Yes, all things good. That's right. That's what's up. That's what I like to hear. Tucker, peace. What up, what up? What up? Come on now. 1982, what up? What's good? Holla at me. Yeah, well, no, listen, because this is very serious. I appreciate you, Slim. What's good? Riverside. Riverside what? Riverside uptown, Manhattan? Or you somewhere out of town on the riverside? Let me know. Let me know. This is a very, very serious matter. And Manhattan. So you the homie. What up? What up? What's good? Let me find out. Uptown is rocking with the Brooklyn fella. Let me find out. Y'all feeling the fella uptown. That's what's up. Man, I remember my days uptown in Harlem. Woo-wee! Boy, got the hell up out of Harlem, boy. Uptown is a different life. They'll turn you out. Make you forget where you come from. Playing right uptown. Life is a little different up there. Vitamin Vision, salute, salute. What's good? No, but this is wait, what up? Yeah, y'all, if y'all don't know about Harlem, shit. Far Rock, what up? What up, Malik? What up? Angel, peace, what's good? Come on, if y'all don't know about Harlem, I'm telling you. Harlem is a whole different vibe. You ain't from there, you get wrapped up in there, shit, they definitely turn you out. A lot of people don't survive Harlem. They don't survive Harlem. I'm going to tell you, if you ain't from up there, don't go up there playing no games. Women treat you different, men treat you different, the hustle's different, the bustle's different. Man, it's different. It's different. Hey, what's going on? I see Jamaica in the building. What up in the yard then? What goes on out there? What's going on? Huh? Yes. Kirk and Dipness. You seen what they did to Newkirk, though. Call that train station is a little Haiti now. They took it from the yard man them. Yes. Huh? Jay Lombardi, what up? What up? Salute. See, y'all coming in there, y'all spoiling me. Y'all spoiling the kid. Y'all making the kid feel loved. Y'all making the kid feel loved up in the spot. Hold up. Let me straighten up because I got to, not sit right on my little stool here. Y'all making me feel loved, man. I'm going to have to start going on 2 or 3, 4 times a day, man. I get this type of appreciation here. If I get this type of appreciation, I don't know. might have to quit the day job. They act right. Zodiac, what up? Big Mar, what up? So listen, and I'm being transparent here. I've always had an issue with how our people, right, are shown, right? How our people are shown to the world in mass media. It's been an issue that we have had for decades. You understand what I'm saying? And it's always been a specific struggle, but even more so for individuals who are in the work of servicing our people, of pushing for liberation, um, and really on the outside of the entertainment industry, because these images affect how the world perceives all of us. There's no getting around it. Some people only know us through, or only learn us through, the images that they see previously on just television and movies, but now, currently, through social media. So there is a duality in how liberators move to correct some of the images. You understand what I'm saying? All right, doggy, no doubt. Doggy just text me, oh, we gonna go in tonight, god damn it. Yes, but when we're doing this work, image is very important. And let me reset. When I was in Germany, in the army, in 1988, and I was boxing, and since that is a different type of mission in USERA, that's what they call Army over there, U.S. Army Europe. USERA activities that's outside of your base, right? Mission. So boxing wasn't on my base. It was actually on Fenton Airfield, which was an Air Force installation, but had a couple of Army people on it. So my coach, my trainer, was on Fenton Airfield, and I would have to go to Fenton to train with him, to spar, hit pads and stuff. So anytime my orders ran out, I would have to have a general sign off and say that I'm able to stay back from the field for certain fights. Because when you're attached to an infantry unit, they don't give a damn what you're doing. They want your ass in that field. And they go to the field consistently, which is doing maneuvers, going to the range to shoot weapons, just being out there in the cold and all that. So whenever my orders expired, I would be out in the German town, right? Out on the German economy, which is really being out and about, exploring. This is where I'm mingling with the people and things. I used to deal with different chicks, What was the slang terminology, war babies, which was black father, service member's father, German woman, or Belgian woman, or Russian woman, black man been overseas doing his numbers for the longest, right? So you get these biracial women, spoke German. You understand? So my German was, after a while, on point, damn near fluent. But the further I would go into the towns, right, the more people would stare at me. Peace, salute, Dizzy Wavy, much appreciated. So when I went out in the town. Some of them towns was far. Like you would go to say Baumholder, Fulda, all these way out towns, Aschaffensburg and all that wasn't really close to where I was. I was in Mainz. So Mainz is about maybe 30 minutes from Frankfurt and even further in like the, it's a smaller city. Wiesbaden was the larger city, probably the more wealthier city. And if I went out, K-Town, Stuttgart, Hamburg, you going way out, they would stare. So I would ask the person I'm with, like, why are they staring? Yo, they never seen, right? They never saw a black person before. And that is, for me, at that time, was astonishing. Remember, I'm 18, 19. I'm like, damn, they never saw black other than on television. And they was always intrigued with it. So I learned to, adapt to people staring. When they stare, they don't turn their head at all. They just staring. Eye to eye, they're going to keep staring. And they may smile or, it was what it became for me. An experience, a learning experience, right? So in the course of that, I know that what people see is impactful. And if the images are false or exaggerated, it is harmful to all of us on a whole. Very harmful. Very harmful. Salute, Jay Lombardi. Much appreciated. Right? I mean, very, very harmful. Uptown Dre, what up, what up? Bringing it up currently. When the Love and Hip Hop franchise began, I was already on to watching how people react, other groups of people react when they watch us, right? It was not so much in our music videos and how we presented ourselves, because if people weren't into hip hop, they just weren't going to watch our videos. They just don't. I know we want to believe, right, that everything in existence is intrigued by how we move. Not so much. I know some black people, right? Melanated folks, right? Folks that vibrate our DNA, that don't pay attention to shit hip hop. Just they don't. They're not into it. They're not into it. Little Uzi Vert walked past them, they wouldn't know who the hell he is. Rick Ross walked past him, they wouldn't know. And you're like, damn, really? Yeah, really. Really. So I was kind of watching it, you see it with a little bit with Flavor Love and how that, was bubbling. Other things from Yo MTV Cribs and, all this little stuff. And then once that reality TV started, you did, it got very extreme. So now the world's focus started keying in. And even on the diaspora, on the continent, began to imitate. See, social media exploded these images. I mean, exploded it to where it's something that's totally on a different scale. With me, right? Now, when that specific franchise started to gain legs, I know where it originated. And a lot of people may not want to give credit to individuals, but that was something that was like what do they call those? Like a pilot. It was kind of shot and put together as a pilot that had to do with Mano, um, and others who were in the industry, and what they had going on. You understand? But I remember it was Mano, it was Jim Jones, there was a few others, and it was kind of roughly shot and organized. And then I don't know if they sold it or if it was hijacked by Mona and the rest of them. But initially, the first set, the Atlanta set, not the New York set so much, but the Atlanta portion of it was put together specifically with people who had sexual perversions and deviant sexual behavior and or charges already in the lane of prostitution and porn and all that. Sex videos, and these people had it on early. Like these are some of the people that were what we know now is to be viral on the small frame of what social media was at that time, right? Like Stevie J and Eve. That little viral piece that they had, that was way early on in social media, right? The chick, Shay Johnson, after Flavor Love, she already had a viral video, right? Where with dude, released in the face and all that. All these people had these things already inserted. They was already in that mix. Former hoes, pimps, or people that was already in the industry with a questionable background that wasn't showing us at our best. And it took off. They pushed it, it took off. Shit went further than what New York could ever do. And that space really ushered in not only, right, the trap booty music that was already there, but took it to another level, and the imagery of who hip hop supposedly was at that time. Never been the same since. Since it's been a wrap. It's been downhill from there. But what was more troubling to me is that I saw, right, the mental health issues of these individuals. You can see it. When you in this work, you can see it. It's sharp. Like, damn, he off. They need therapy. They need help. But as with us in general society, in our general settings, and how we have been taught to deal with our oppressive conditions, right? We ignore it and begin to look at these people as if what they are displaying is normal behavior. And it's far from it. It's dysfunctional, right? At its best. And at its worst, it's criminal. It's criminal how these people are exploited. To this day, I don't understand how Jerry Springer and Maury Povich haven't faced charges for the things that they have done. These people that they exploit, the custies, right? The waywardness, the people who are coming from the most impoverished conditions, you throw them up there, expose them to the world, your show takes off, and they don't get anything from it. Many times, not even the help, not even regular social help that's going to allow them to deal with what just happened to them. So now when we're looking at this love and hip hop, I'm looking at these hoes, right? Pimps, some felons, right? Some ex-felons. And they are placed in these situations, and the rest of the world is watching. So now, in order for people who are not in the industry to go on with the course of their daily existence, they have to deal not only with the trauma that they already suffered through racial bias and things like that. Now they have to double down and explain away the garbage that people are believing who we are based on the explosions of these shows. That's some shit. Excuse me, to have to be in spaces in corporate America, or you're a self-entrepreneur, or just in your community where gentrification is happening and going on, and people are assuming that you are the same type of individual who they see on reality TV. Shit is just crazy. It's crazy. And I watch people go through it. And what people are attempting to do now, utilizing what they have, they're beginning to take on some of the behaviors and the postures of these people just so they don't have to answer the questions. This is why you see women in corporate America twerking. This is why you see nurses, home attendants, and different healthcare professionals and practitioners with scrubs 3 sizes too small, extra tight on their behind. Because in order to deflect, or in order not to be one where you are seen as completely different and outside of what many have considered blackness, you throw on your mask. Not knowing that that behavior, that attitude is in here, seeping in here. It's like the person who went to school all their life trying to be a thug whenever he's in a certain lane. Or like when behind the wall, when I was in the mountains, you know, or on the island, dudes in uniform, right? Salute, Big Will Atkins, much appreciated. Or the dude in a uniform, you know he's a CO. But he wants to put that swagger on as if he's tough. People can tell the difference. I know you ain't that, because I know the CO dudes who really was in the streets and they just made a turn and said, yo, before I catch a felony, I'm going in this direction. Just like some police. You got some police that are gutter. And dudes just before they catch that F, go into the force. So they know the streets, they navigate. You have people that can code switch like that. But we're in a space now where social media has become the initial communication device, the initial learning device of so many people, that our images have become a detriment to so many of us who are not engaged in that bullshit. It's crazy. Which brings me on to today and what I've been witnessing on social media with this young woman. Now, I've seen Chrisean Rock. I still don't know who she is and why she's been propelled so high visibly. Salute, salute, Shay Mel. Much appreciated for the super chat. And why she's been propelled so high in the space of hip hop for the life of me. But when it comes through, again, I research here and there, especially if it's hip hop oriented. Blueface, I don't even understand his popularity because the song was garbage. And if there's any more other than Tatiana that I should know about, please hit me because I don't even get that. But when you look at them together and individually, you don't have to be a Dr. Umar or a Dr. Jeff to see that these people are mentally ill, severely. All of the traits are there. All of the postures and the characteristics are there. And even the language, the behavior is there. There's nothing funny about it. It's been abusive. There's been severe, right? Intimate partner relationship violence between the two, domestic violence. It has shifted to where he is not only an abuser. In the terms of my work, he is a batterer. She is a batterer. And there's only so much that they can continue before one of them ends up in a worse space or causes people around them to be in a worse space. Right? Which, again, when I'm talking and speaking and dialoguing with y'all, with my peoples, building, I'm always hypercritical of people who claim to be doing the work. These people frequent, they are on the West. So they are Vegas and Cali. Tariq be right there. That's his lane. That's his neck of the woods. What is being done as someone who is so conscious and woke and critical and get praise for being the next or whatever the hell they thinking he is? Where's the work when it comes to putting yourself right there and saying, now these people need help? Right? Or Dr. Jeff, who sits on these shows and in these spaces. Where's the actual work to go into that? And why Umar hasn't stepped in and been like, yo, listen, this is the outrage. Because there are people, as we know, via Ye, via Nas, via Surge, via everybody else, Meek and all, there are people who are eating off of those two, getting checks, getting resource off of those two, and not doing anything to help them. Now, when I look at her and in her face, in her eyes, she is special needs. I have to, from a clinical standpoint, make that assessment. And if I'm wrong on the assessment, then I'm wrong on it. But she's special needs. That's someone's child who wasn't diagnosed coming through the system, whether it's educational system, whether it's a foster care system, one of these institutions, one of these systems failed her. And now she's in this space here with people, and whoever the people are abusive and derelict when it comes to getting her treatment. This is something that should not be tolerated. It shouldn't be shared. None of that. And everything that they do is viral. And not one of these so-called leaders, not one of these so-called healers, not one of these so-called personalities who claim to be woke and going to get our people to the promised land and all this, not near one of them has spoken out against that. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. We are watching crime happen. You're watching a slow lynching happen to that couple. Her as a black woman. Him. These are young folks. We're watching them be lynched. This is a slow lynching because no one is helping them. They're watching them end up quickly to prison camp, or in the long run, a nasty story. Some Romeo and Juliet, some Bonnie and Clyde. This thing is going to be nasty. And it needs to stop. I don't know who needs to be sued behind it. I don't know who needs to be spoken to. Because I'm not in the whip. But everybody that's around them and get money up off of them and get resource with them is going to be held accountable for it. I'm telling you. The same way I spoke about Shanquella and all of us who are responsible because we have been implicit in not correcting the behaviors. Same for those two. We have to stop allowing the behavior to continue unchecked. That's the solution for getting to our children, checking them. Nah, youngin', that's not it. That ain't it. You can articulate your music. You can articulate the way you interpret the culture all you want. But when it becomes harming to their livelihood, when it's damaging to the image of us as a people, when it's criminal, we have to stop it. Or else then the responsibility and accountability falls on us. So I just wanted to throw that out real quick. I'm asking all of them, whoever it is that's in custody of them, get this young woman some help, man. Stop playing. Something not right up there. There's things that are not connecting. You can tell it in her speech. You can tell it in the way she's unable to visually focus. Anybody at the lowest levels of mental health experience, of education, you can see that. Stop banking and getting money up off our people when they need assistance. So again, I appreciate everybody that came through. as always, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. We're going to win. All things work in divine order. Definitely. But we have to acknowledge the struggle. We got to welcome the struggle and be disciplined and resolute in solutions, not emotionalism. Solutions. Salute, Big Will. Much appreciated for the green screen. I see you, homie. And everybody, man, I always acknowledge specific individuals who I speak to, who I dialogue with on a regular basis. And this is one of the comrades who I make sure, because he's been through a lot this year. And just recently, elders, matriarchs have transitioned. And whatever your belief is during this time, during this season, I don't care who you are. If you're Israelite, Muslim, Buddhist, we all know the impact on this particular end of the year seasons have on families and individuals, because we all participated. Send him your love, man. Condolences, well wishes, right? To Big Will Atkins and the family. I've been there. I done pulled up a couple of times. You understand? And when I'm saying I build a tribe, we're building a tribe. So the love that you have for me is the love you have for my moderators, the love you have, you dig what I'm saying, for people who are consistent in this tribe, because we're growing a different mentality. We're not on no bullshit. We're not on no games and theatrics. We have to be serious about changing the dynamic and the phenomena of what it is to be woke and conscious. You understand? Supreme, peace, peace. Off the titles, is very sad that these young kids are going through this much in the public, and I hope it doesn't end up worse. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So everybody, make sure y'all give my comrade Big Will Atkins universal prayers and healing strength and powers, to help him and his family do what they do to get through it. Because we all, I'm telling you, this is a whole different time. If we thought heroin era was something, if we thought crack era was something, this shit is moving fast. And we're in a space now where we have to be purposeful. We have to be conscious. We have to be intentional on how we walk, how we deal with each other, how we see the negative, and do things that are solution-based and build each other strongly. I'm not with that other shit. It ain't gonna happen. This ain't gonna happen. No, it's going to happen. Because everybody could wish for a lot of shit and make it happen. And God did, and all this other shit for trinkets and cars and vacations and shit. Listen, it's going to happen. I'm talking, my people is going to get there. But we got to work. Got to roll up our sleeves and get busy. Got to pull out our little daggers and get to poking and doing all type of stuff. We got to get real with it. All them other doctrines, I don't know what they doing. Over here, we're going to love ourselves for real. So as y'all come through, group up. When y'all come through here, group up. Wade, salute, peace and power. Group up. Exchange math. Do what y'all do. All right? So salute.